Desire and fear occur because of the sense of reality. Is there a way to get rid of desires until all of this feels real to you? Impossible. You say that this is your body, and that body in front of you is the truth. These objects are the truth. Money is the truth. And this and only this is the truth. There is no truth other than this. This is what the world thinks. This is the only reality. Whereas our experience, if analyzed properly, is always trying to help us understand that a lot of things are visible, but actually there is nothing. Like the sky looks blue, but actually it isn't. The earth looks flat, but actually it isn't. So it is not necessary that whatever is visible through the senses is the truth. If you see from far away, this earth looks round. So, is the earth flat or spherical? There are just two different standpoints. But the truth, the reality of everything is free from all standpoints. Either you see it from here, this reality right here, and similarly you may go to space, in an airplane, in the ocean. The reality is as it is. It doesn't change. Like there is a wave in the ocean. If you see it up close, it looks like a wave. As you go a bit far from it, it seems smaller, and even other waves are visible. Zoom out some more, zoom out again and again. If you go further away, there is no wave at all. You see it from a mountaintop, you'll find the ocean all still. You won't see waves from there. What is happening? What is the truth? Is there a wave or not? There are just two different standpoints. If you see it from there, there is no wave, just water. The ocean is still. And if you see it up close, there are waves. That is how everything in creation is. So, the moment you understand and experience reality as it is, the sense of reality about this world is gone. Now this world can't overpower you. Impossible. What keeps the sense of reality alive? Ignorance. No one sits down and studies his own truth. We live in the illusions. Where is God? He is there, far away in the clouds. Have you ever thought when we are in a plane 14,000 feet above, 15,000 feet above, where are we? Are we above or below the clouds? Above. So God should be visible there, isn't it? Or do we become God then? We are above clouds. That is what the world thinks. He who is above the clouds is God. Who is above the clouds? We are. We are traveling in a plane. The world lives in such illusions. No one inquires. What happens by not inquiring? The sense of reality stays as it is. This world, which is both existent and non-existent, for them it is just existent. It is never non-existent for them. Like a movie exists as well as doesn't exist. A play exists as well as doesn't exist. For them, it is only existent. It always is present. Death is the truth. This body is the truth. Whatever is happening around is all truth. This keeps your memories alive, your struggles alive, your stress alive. Else, there is no stress. There is absolutely no stress. What is the stress about? It came and went away. If nothing is visible on the mirror, there is no problem at all, right? There is no doubt in this. Let's assume that something is visible. It was seen, came and went away. Even then, there is no problem. But on the mirror, that is, in your brain, some memories will start playing but do not stop. Then there is a problem. There is no way of stopping it. The only way is if you understand your reality. The ignorance is the ground of all this. Sense of reality. It is not actually present. It is not the reality. Reality is unchanging. So conscious perception. On what else can conscious perception be alive? Each of those things will be kept alive, to which you give importance, right? This creation is infinite. It has infinite aspects. To whichever aspect you give some importance. It will keep that aspect alive in your mind until you die. Why do we give importance? Because this looks real to us. Sense of reality. If everything is unreal, what will you grant importance to? No one. You'll grant it to whoever is real, isn't it? Who is real? I am. There is no problem at that level. I am a conscious perception doer, sufferer, being. On what ground is conscious perception based on? Conscious of something, the contact of our five senses with the sense objects and the information which is fed after processing. This conscious perception can stay alive based on that contact, or it can stand on the breath. There are some feelings internally, some pain, some pleasure, some sensations. It can stand on that. You sit and observe your bodily sensations. Conscious perception will stand because of that. There is no end. Keep on seeing the sensations in your body. You will keep on seeing sensations in your body till the time you think that these sensations are real. You just went from gross to subtle. There is no other change. Earlier, you were trapped in this world. Now, you are trapped in these subtle sensations. You are continuously engaged for 20, 30, 40 years observing these sensations. What will happen by looking at the sensations? What is the whole point of observing those sensations? They seem like the truth. So, observing those sensations is what will keep them alive. They are being given importance. There will be variety of sensations within. It can be anything and everything. Like anything can happen in this creation. You can't rule out any possibility. Similarly, anything can happen within. There will be some experience, some sensation. Some will be pleasurable. Some will be painful. You will get stuck to the pleasurable ones. You will try to achieve it repeatedly. You are trapped. So this conscious perception can exist here. Where else can it exist? On your feelings, on your emotions, on your thoughts. Whatever you keep on saying within, on that, or latch on to a mantra, it will exist on that. What happens after a while? If you are not forcibly trying to latch on to a mantra, someone told you to say it 10,000 times. That is forcibly trying to latch on to that. But you took a mantra and prayed for a while. After that, if the mantra is leaving on its own, you are not trying to catch it, and the mantra left. What happened? As soon as the mantra left, conscious perception also left. If perception is gone, the sense of limitation is also gone. Understand this properly. Where were you when that mantra was present? You were exactly where that mantra was. This is called conscious perception. You are actually everywhere. But what were you feeling? I am where this mantra is. So since you were playing a mantra within your body, hence you said that you are there. In some other body, some other mantra was playing. You said that you are not there. On which basis? On the basis of consciousness? Because the consciousness was present here and there too. Two different mantra were playing within two different bodies. One is thinking that I am here. The second one thinks that I am there. On what basis is this feeling occurring? On the basis of consciousness. Because the consciousness is present both here and there. So on what basis is this occurring? On the basis of mantra. What is mantra? A thought. That thought is occurring within you on what basis? On the basis of memory. Where did that memory come from? That mantra came from somewhere outside via your ears, to which you paid heed to, which you did record. So that recording is playing. So that recording is here. Because of that recording being played here, like this mirror is present here. Only that is visible in this mirror what all is present here, isn't it? So wherever that mirror was from your childhood until today, your body which is like a mirror, the recording happened on that basis itself. Now only that can play, isn't it? How can that be played which has never been recorded in this mirror? You say Eiffel Tower. On the basis of what? You saw its image somewhere, heard about it somewhere. You did not go yourself, but you read and heard. On the basis of information which went in through the senses. Can you think of something, the information about which has never been fed to us? Now understand this conscious perception well. Conscious perception doer. Who is doing it? Am I doing it? Or the desire is? Desire is doing it. So what is desire based on? You are reading a mantra in your body. Someone else is reading something else. He says that he is reading this mantra. Someone else says that I am repeating this mantra in my mind. So this I is attached to what? It is attached to that mantra which is playing in that body. That which is playing at that place, at that time. Getting it? Are you able to understand the depth? This is called conscious perception. You say you are here on the basis of this perception. If you say that I am reading this mantra, or if he says that he is reading this mantra, what is it that you are saying ultimately? I am here and I am just here. Because it is implied if I am reading this mantra. I am not reading that mantra. Whose is this limitation? The mantra which is being played. What is a mantra? It is an object, a subtle object. So whose is this limitation? The subject or the object? Object and not the subject. But we are superimposing this on the subject. Just because the mantra is playing here doesn't mean the consciousness is present only here. Wherever and as many mantras are being played, wherever whatever sound is being heard, that is being heard just because of the existence of consciousness. That consciousness which is not different from me. It is me, myself. There is no doubt in this. No one can say that I am not conscious. So, the conscious perception is limited. The perception of consciousness. Whatever I am saying, I am praying through this mantra. Doer. I am a conscious perception doer, sufferer being, by throwing away this delusion. It is a delusion. It is not a reality. Who is the doer and who is the sufferer? You will pray with some mantra in your mind. If you feel good or bad because of that, it is you who will feel it, not me. Got it? This is called suffering. You feel that you are doing it. Who is actually doing it? Desire is doing it. How is a desire born? Do you give birth to it? It happens. Are you the desire? Are you the mantra? One thing must be very clear. Is the mantra which is being played within me? No. Then you will say, I am the one who is playing that mantra. Actually, you are the one who knows the mantra. You also know that this mantra reading is happening right now because the desire to read this mantra exists. And this mantra reading is not happening now because the desire to read this mantra does not exist. So this mantra's reading is connected to desire. If there is desire, then this mantra reading happens. If there is no desire, this mantra reading ceases to exist. The world outside might be thinking that it is happening within, but nothing is happening inside. Something else will be present. Some movie recording might be playing based upon desire. Now what is desire? What is this wish which we talk about? How did this desire to read mantra form within you? This has been fed. You haven't created it yourself. It has been fed. Desires are fed. No one gives birth to desires. They are born themselves. Like when a fruit falls down from a tree, a new tree grows there because of the seed inside it. No one pulls out and grows it up. It happens on its own. So how do desires come to be? When you were young, born, did you have any desire? No. Why? Because there was no information within. What were you back then? Like a mirror. Things came and went. There was no desire. But steadily and slowly, these desires have been injected in us. Who has done this? Whoever is around us. Suppose you were alone in this world and no one else existed other than you. How would these desires be injected? There would be no object. You would be alone. So this has been injected in you. You are this, you have to become this or that, this and that. You haven't injected this within yourself. You haven't given birth to them on your own. They just popped up because a particular type of information was fed to you, and because of that information, a desire popped up within you to read this mantra. Because you were entangled with a lot of superstition. So someone injected that desire in you by taking advantage of that superstition. Read this mantra 10,000 times. How did this desire come to be within you? Some foreigner came from somewhere and said you are mad. Did that foreigner deny it? He feels such. That desire couldn't enter him because of the information within him. The information which was stored in you. What was the information? Whatever memory resides in you, millions and billions, whichever impressions are stored in you, on the basis of that an equation is derived. Desire about anything is either created or not created on the basis of that equation, on the basis of that information, if you understand this. Now see, what is the ultimate level? If you understood that this whole lot of information is a lie, what fell apart? Desire. You think that this information which is stored in you is the truth. Whatever I have experienced until now is the truth. Whatever is happening here is the truth. Then you can't remove that desire by any means. If some person is restless for money today, why is he restless? Because he thinks that this is the only truth. He thinks that this is the truth. If someone comes up with an offer of say 100 crores, he will go mad. Someone for whom all of this is a lie, if someone comes up and offers 100 crores, he'll shake hands and ask him to move on. Because 100 crores to him are just papers. Papers which are used to buy something. Why are those things required? To satiate hunger. That's it. These many papers are not required for that. These many papers are not required because the tension along with it will be proportional. Got it? At one end, something is being accepted. Something is rejected. At some place, there is a desire. At other place, there isn't. On what basis? On the basis of information. That is what is happening here. Conscious perception doer. Who does it? It is being based on those objects, those impressions, those images which are being played within. Why are they playing? Because there is a desire somewhere to play them. Why such a desire? Because I have considered all this the truth. Why have I assumed it as the truth? Because I never inquired whether what is visible is the only truth, or is there something else other than this? He who inquired, he might or might not have found something. Until he finds something, he doesn't have an option. He will act by considering this as the truth. He can flaunt on the outside that this is not the truth. This is all a lie. It is something else. But until he has experienced the reality which is the actual truth, until then, this is what the truth is for him. But if someone has experienced the truth and understood the truth minutely, everything changes. What is the truth? Is it different from me, or is it me myself? So, as soon as this happens, the sense of reality vanishes. Desire based on that vanishes. Fear vanishes. And the entire baggage is gone. Everything becomes zero. And the complete misconception ceases to exist. Conscious perception is created and gets destroyed. But this misconception is never born that I was created and destroyed with the conscious perception. I was, I am, and I will always be. This is the ultimate truth.